Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Open Fridge.
Today, we're going to be talking about something Nintendo did.
Yeah, they did something the other day. It was kind of weird, not like them. They actually released something. I'm joking, they're amazing.
I think it was something about the Wii.
Yeah, the Wii. Yeah,
The original Wii. Yeah. They had a bunch of announcements. Was it the Wii? No, it wasn't the Wii. No. Wii U? No, I think it had something to do with
looked like it.
With something like that. Maybe
something like that.
Maybe that booger right there.
Right. So.
Yes, of course.
The Nintendo Direct, where they covered new content for the 3DS and the
Nintendo Switch.
Updates on where they are in production and all that fun stuff.
So before we get into that, so what do you think of the Nintendo Switch? What do you think of this thing?
It might be the best console ever made.
That's a little
might be
presumptuous. I think it's the best portable ever made. I'll give him that.
No, I think
because it has my favorite game. My favorite game can't see it, but it's Hulu.
No,
I love that game.
No, I think that if Nintendo keeps going at the rate they are going, then this is going to be the best console ever made. Period. End of story.
I don't know, because you got to think about it. The Wii sold a bajillion.
Yeah, of course, but Wii's going to be the best sold console. But as in terms of like which one has the best games, has the best system, the Switch. It's a very strong contender. Once the Switch's life is over, I feel confident that I can say this was one of the best. If they don't screw it up somewhere down the line.
I would say it can't beat the PS2.
I would.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Or the PS4. I mean, they're just different. They're just Nintendo's gonna do Nintendo very, very well. That's the thing.
That's not true. They haven't always done Nintendo very well.
If you think about it, they kind of skip back and forth. They did the Nintendo 64. That was awesome. The GameCube was kind of flat.
No, don't say that.
No, I mean comparatively to what the game, what the PS against the PS2 and Xbox. I'm not saying it was a bad system, but comparatively, and then they came out the Wii that blew up because old people like to play bowling.
You're thinking about sales numbers. I'm thinking about just overall quality.
And then Wii U kind of fell flat. Not that it was a bad system, but now you got the Switch. Now you got the boom, 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 Switch. And you know what Nintendo's always done well? Always is handhelds. They've always done good. Since on this little bad boy, they've always done good on handhelds. So
no, don't show that. I'm losing.
But so I think they're on the right track here, and. So this is kind of their...
I don't think anyone's ever actually made a good handheld besides Nintendo that's also sold well. I know the Vita was really good.
PSP?
And that kind of flopped.
No, it didn't actually. It was actually probably the second best comparative. No, it was the best non-Nintendo one that's ever made. And I have both of them, and they're both very good. I actually like the PSP over the... what was their competitor?
The DS?
DS, yeah.
Well, the DS wasn't that great.
DS was good, but I just...
it was like technology. It was kind of...
But anyway, we'll get into... So, anyway, talking about Nintendo. So, they're on the right track. This is their biggest, I would say, reveal of the year.
Well, no. Well...
Yes.
Yes.
Biggest reveal of the year. Of the year so far.
Because
beginning of the year, of course.
The Direct was...
So... Go ahead.
The Direct was... I think I'm fairly certain this is the second Direct of the year. The first one being a mini Direct, which was... I mean, it was good, but it wasn't mind-blowing.
It was mind-blowing for me because it told me exactly what I wanted to hear. Mario Tennis and Donkey Kong Country. Now, if they would have threw in Punch-Out... That's what I played Nintendo for. Donkey Kong, Mario
Sports
Odyssey, I give him that one, and Punch Out. I love Punch Out.
Well,
punch out, Nintendo. Give me my punch out.
So one of the first items on the list and the on the overall like scale, they started with the 3DS, which was very brief, which I thought was a smart decision because like they just need something there to keep the 3DS alive and keep people buying them and keep sales numbers up, which is good. I think that's smart. So they started with well, first of all, there's WarioWare. That was fun to see. I was wondering, like in the back of my head, I was like, I wonder if a new WarioWare is going to come out, and then it did. So, and I was kind of a little, honestly, with all of these, I'm just kind of a little bit disappointed that they aren't actually going on the Switch because I mean, I just want everything on the Switch, but I have a 3DS, so I can play them. So I feel like it would have worked better on the Switch because like it's a party game and that's a party system. I'm pretty sure it's a party game. Something like that.
I know they're mini games or something.
Yeah,
I have never heard of this, so it's kind of like...
I just associate mini games with party games. I'm not even actually 100% sure if it's multiplayer. But, yeah, it looks like WarioWare, which I've never actually played. But it looks good. I want to play it. I've been wanting to play it, but I've never had the opportunity to. So now it's here, and I'm going to get the opportunity to play it. So that's good.
So WarioWare was kind of like the first one.
It was a good... revving up the engines type thing.
I was kind of like, okay. It just seemed like a bunch of mini games thrown in for
good. That's what WarioWare is. That's what WarioWare has always been.
Well, then it is what it is.
Yeah. And then we got Detective Pikachu. That is I didn't actually write it down because I forgot about it, which is weird because this is all things considered, if you can say anything about what this game has looked like so far, it is memorable.
He talks. Pikachu talks, and he's like all like mad and stuff.
Sean Connery. I don't know who actually voices it.
Is this gonna be just for the 3DS, or is this gonna be for the Switch?
It was only announced for the 3DS. I'm pretty sure. It was
and
on
he talks.
Yeah. It was on the 3DS.
I thought no character in Nintendo never has their characters talk.
Yeah, that is weird.
I love.
The game is...
we can give them voices now. We have the technology.
Honestly, when I first heard about
I just thought of that.
Honestly, when I first heard about this, I thought it was going to be a movie, and then it turns out it was actually a game, and I was like, what? It's written by the same person who made the cartoon series Gravity Falls, which I love. So
SeaWorld is addicted to.
I'm a big fan of it. And they have a new amiibo coming out, which I kind of want because it looks sweet. And it's tall. It's taller than them, and it's got a little Detective Pikachu hat on it, which I'm looking forward to because it looks like a really fun, interesting game. And I like mystery games, so
it's kind of
and it's got a talking
the big Pikachu.
So I mean, honestly, all things. I'm at least going to look at it if I don't end up buying it, which I feel like I might.
Yeah, you think it? Okay.
And then the next game on the list, and the last game for the... I mean, we're full disclosure, we're not going to talk about every game. We're going to just talk about the ones that interest us the most.
Yeah, we'll have a link to the full Nintendo Direct in the comments if you want to watch the whole thing, but just the highlights.
Yep. So... the big headliner for the 3DS, which, again, I was like, man, they should put this on the Switch, which they didn't, but you know what? Again, you have to sell 3DSs, so I can see the thought process behind this, especially because they made a sequel to this game and put it on the 3DS. That would be Luigi's Mansion. I'm really happy this is back, because I've never beat this game. I started it, I got fairly far, and then I don't know what happened. I think I just got distracted. I never ended up beating it, and I really want to. So I'm looking forward to this being back.
I just recently just started playing around with it on our Wii because we have the Wii has the GameCube in there, and so you can just kind of play out the GameCube. And so I started playing with it on there. I'm like, yeah, this game is actually kind of fun. Because it was a GameCube game, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was like a launch title for the GameCube. So, yeah, it actually is really fun to play. So they made a sequel to it for this.
Yeah, for the 3DS.
So now you can get. I wonder if they're gonna make like a pack where you can.
That'd be cool. I'm kind of hoping, like in my heart, that this gets ported to the Nintendo Switch along with the sequel, because I want those games on the Switch, because I want all.
Yeah, wouldn't they make a master?
All the games on the Switch, because the Switch is really good. And then after that, I'm really happy that this is back, because I want to finish the game, because I never got the chance to. And also on the 3DS lineup, we had Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story, along with there had a Bowser Jr. pack in there, and there's a new Dylan game. I'm not actually familiar with the series, but I've seen it and it looks pretty good. But we're not really going to get into that, because that's not our section. But just so you know, those are coming.
So on to the bread and butter of the whole thing was the Nintendo was the Switch.
We love this. I love the system. I don't know about you.
I'm telling you, man, Hulu. Gotta play Hulu.
It's a good game. So
and Rocket League. I love Rocket.
One game that I forgot to write down, which I regret now, because I was really excited for it when it showed up. Kirby Star Allies. That is a game that's happening, and it's looking to be. It's not anything out of left field for the Kirby series. It's a very standard Kirby looking game, but it's our Kirby game, and it's on the Switch. And again, I want all the games on the Switch. And like what I really actually can you pause that and go back?
Sure.
Can you pause that and go back a little? I want to point something out, because it makes me happy and no one's talking about it. Okay, wait. Okay, pause it. Okay, I'll get to that in a second, but for now, King DDD is just gonna be there. Kirby. It's a really fun series. It's a bit vanilla right now. It's just a vanilla Kirby game. There's nothing out of left field going on here. It's just standard fun Kirby, and if you like Kirby, you'll like this game. And it's also got the, what do you call them? The Star Allies. That's what they're called. And there you can play with the there was a Kirby game a while ago. I don't remember the name. Don't burn me at the stake. But you could play.
Come on, man. Tell us what is it?
I don't know. You could play as the you could have a co-op mode where you get an ability with Kirby, and then you can turn that ability into a partner, and then they could use that ability as what they play as, and then you could, So I was assuming that that's how this game was going to play, and because you could have the allies, and I think that's how it's going to work, because
there's a bunch of like 4 people on it, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Nintendo Mario, where they had like 4 different guys running around. Now, is it 4 people playing, or is it like you just have 4 guys tagging along?
No, you have 4 people playing.
So 4 physical people can
4
bust
people
out their Switch and your.
Well, I don't think it's different
4
Switches.
Of these?
No, you don't need 4. I don't actually know, because it's not out yet, but I assume it's 4 different people on the same Switch. It would be very dumb if it wasn't that, but. It looks like they're going to have DLC characters, which
Do they have our favorite microtransactions?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to these.
I don't think Nintendo does,
because they do. They have the characters they announced were King Dedede, Meta Knight, Waddle Dee. Forgive me, I don't remember the names, but the hamster, the fish, and the bird. And that little jester guy, sorry, but you can play as them, and it looks like they're going to have their own movesets, completely like separate to them, like only for them. Which I will now ask you to press play. Now watch this. Watch King Dedede. Watch King Dedede in this little thing right here. Watch him. Watch what he does. Look at that. Look. Did you see that? Did you see that?
I didn't see it. What
Okay. So he went and he did the dive, right? Now, I may look like a complete idiot right now, but I'm pretty sure that isn't a thing you can do in, like, there's no ability that he can do that has that, and that is a ability completely for King Dedede, the little slide move, which is also a move he does in Super Smash Bros., which made me happy. And that is, I don't know why. I felt very compelled to point that out. But, yeah, that's...
Oh, there's a free demo for it, too.
Oh, yeah, free demo. Do that.
So we can definitely check that out.
It comes out next week, which I'm very excited about.
So, honestly, I'm going to see if I can get the demo right now. So, keep talking.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else to say about Kirby, so...
Well, that's fine. Talk about something else. What's the next thing?
All right. So, the next thing up to bat is Dark Souls.
So this is like a game that's been on everything. Now it's on here.
Yeah. Just go up.
Keep talking.
Okay. So, Dark Souls. That is it's very strange to me, but I kind of love it that it's on the Switch. Because it is a very dark game. It's very, like, grim, dark. It's scary. It's a scary...
darkly.
It's a scary game, and it's coming to the Switch. And it's a very popular game, and the fact that you're able to play it on the go, like you hear with every Switch game, it just makes it even better. And it's going to be my first time playing the game, if I get it. And I am... Look at that. It's a hard game. It's a good game, and it's coming to the Switch. So what else? Everything that can be said has been said about Dark Souls. So that's all I got there. So, and also, hey, good time. So
it's kind of an amiibo.
The amiibo is they came out with an amiibo, which you can do that gesture with. The Praise the Sun gesture, which I hear is quite a popular thing for some reason. So, good. So, next up on our list, we got Captain Toad. Captain Toad is a game series that I have never played because its only game was on the Wii U. But now that it's here on the Switch, I'm excited to play it. I'm very happy that it's, like, showing up. I'm very happy that we have it to play. What?
I am downloading that demo right now.
So, yeah, Captain Toad. I'm happy it's here. It's got a unique gameplay style, and like the lack of jumping and only climbing. I like that. I like how it's structured. I like the game.
I don't like any game where I can't jump. That makes me sad. That makes me sad when I can't jump. I'm like, I should be able to jump, yo. Just a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just personal.
All right. So, next.
So this is that Toady game, huh?
Yeah. Toad.
Wait, is it on the...
Yep, it's on 3DS too.
So you can play crossplay or something?
No. It's
on both?
Yeah, it's on
Okay, so... Hey, look at that. Some more love for the 3DS. So which one are you going to get?
Like the 3DS. Switch.
So if you had a choice between
Switch.
being able to...
Switch.
I mean...
I would choose Switch.
3DS is still more portable.
I would choose Switch.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. All right, that's good to know. Even though you can shove that in your pocket, you can't shove this big old thing in your pocket.
Yep.
You can bring it. You can bring
if
your 3DS.
You have big enough pockets, you can.
You can't bring your 3DS to school, but you can bring your... You can't bring your Switch to school, but you can bring your 3DS. So.
Someone brought their Switch to school today.
Did they?
Yeah. That was fun.
Did you play it?
No. He was playing Mario Odyssey. That's not two-player. Come on now.
Did you say, hey, yo, you want to play some Minecraft?
No, I did not.
All right, what do we got next for the highlights of Nintendo Direct?
Undertale.
What? Undertale? What the heck is Undertale?
Well, if you haven't heard, Undertale is a very innovative, very popular role-playing game, RPG, and it's got a very unique gameplay style, and it's very well written.
It looks
I'm
like
trying to avoid saying anything about the people, the fans of the game, because that's a fun experience. I'm not gonna get into it. But I haven't completed the game, and my friends are upset at me for it. But
jerk.
like,
finish the stupid game, you jerk.
apparently I'm almost there. That's what they keep telling me. But I don't know.
For what? Do we have it?
Yeah, we do. I mean,
here?
kind of. No, it's not out yet. It's
What
coming.
do we got it for? Vita?
The PC.
Oh.
So I'm excited to actually have this on the Switch because I want to beat it again. Like
I think
Luigi's
I got it for
Mansion.
the Vita too.
So I mean.
So if you had a Vita and Switch, what do you take?
Switch, because people actually make games for the Switch. So
There's a lot of indie games for that.
yeah, well, so
Indie love.
the Undertale is looking very good right now, and I'm excited.
I have no idea what
have
it's
it.
about, but it sounds dumb.
Well, I mean, if you don't, it's a good game.
Nothing about.
Don't. All I'm gonna say is don't feel bad for enjoying it. It's if you want to play it, go ahead play it because there's a lot of people getting flack out there for enjoying the game, which I think is dumb.
And it's on the Switch.
It's
All
on
right.
the Switch.
And
Good.
moving along.
We have Mario Tennis Aces.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
So Mario Tennis Aces. That is a big talking point in the Nintendo Direct. A lot of people weren't happy with how much time it took up, but like, come on now.
That's their big one
right
that they
now,
could talk about.
It's the one they have the most content for, so
And they can show it off. And I'm down with this because this is going to bring me back to Nintendo right here. For me, I think one of my favorite Mario sports games is going to be Mario Tennis. I played the original N64. I still have it. We still have it downstairs. It is fun. It has some new concepts. I was noticing what they're talking. You can break your racket. You see, you can do that little. You can steer it. You can do these funky things. You know.
Right. So it sets up. It has a whole new system set up where you get like this in the screen. You can
Zone
charge
shot,
up
yeah.
a meter, and you can throw up your tennis ball, and you can aim the shot, and you can hit it, and then you can have the other person can slow down time so they can actually like catch up to the ball, and then you can like.
So it has bullet time.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you can be in the Speed Force.
So it's just it's got a lot of advanced new stuff where you can break the racket, you can do those cool shots, you can do trick shots, you can build up your meter, you can break rackets. I already said that. All kinds of stuff like that, and it looks.
Blocks. See, they had a block too there.
Yeah, that's how you avoid breaking your racket. So it looks like a really fun new Mario Tennis game, which I'm excited for. I'm excited to have that. It's a good thing to have on the Switch, because the Switch is built for local multiplayer. So I'm very happy that that's there. Oh, and if you don't want to play with all those fancy new rules, they have a mode for you. It's just basic tennis.
Yeah, that's what I like. If you don't like all that fancy crancy, you can go back to old school. Play some old school tennis is probably what I would do. I mean, I'll play around with the new stuff, but if I want to play with people, like just and I think it uses like the motion control, so you can use it like the Wiimote.
Yep.
So the Wiimote part's there, and you can kind of steer it and stuff like that.
So
there's tons of modes for this. I think this. I don't know what other people think, but for old school, OGs, yeah, definitely a must buy for me.
All right. So, Mario Tennis that's looking very good. for Mario Tennis.
They did spend a lot of stuff on it because that was only half the video and they're still showing stuff.
Waluigi is there. So it's automatically good. So next up on our list, we have Little Nightmares. So Little Nightmares, that's a new, that I don't know if it's actually new. It's a port, I think. It's not. What I know is it's not made by Nintendo, but I put it on the list because it looked very interesting and I wanted to play it. It has a very interesting art style. It's right there. Yeah. It's got a lot of I know this is like, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. I don't actually know much about it, and he knows nothing. So
looks like a ripoff of Little Big Planet.
Okay, that was like not a smart thing. So
doesn't it? Look at it.
It's a 2D platformer. That's what it's got on it.
It's got that vibe, I guess.
A spooky vibe.
A spooky Little Big Planet-ish puzzler.
You know what? I love Little Big Planet, so I'll take it. But it's it looks scary. It looks not even scary. It looks like very creative, very well done, and I don't know. I just wanted to show this off and promote it. And also, you can play it in a little Pac-Man costume if you have a Pac-Man amiibo.
Oh, really? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah.
I thought it looked like a duck.
So
I'm digging. I got the Pac-Man. Where's my Pac-Man? I got my Pac-Man amiibo. That's the only amiibo I own. Is that one?
So it's It looks like a really fun looking game. And also,
that's interesting though. They would do something like this, add Pac-Man in there, just goes.
Yeah. And also, this is also a good place to talk about the number of ports that has been in this Direct. Is an excessive lack of actual Nintendo content. And there's
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Me neither.
Because you got to think of something when the people, it's just like the PS4 on when it came out. A lot of people were coming from the Xbox, and they never played any of the really good PS3 games. Mm-hmm. So what they did was they remastered, like The Last of Us and Uncharted and Ratchet and Clank, and they remade Ratchet and Clank, but some of the really good series that were on the PS3 that they might have missed, and they remastered them and put them on the system they had, and that's kind of what they're doing here with Nintendo's doing, is they're remastering some of the good stuff from the Wii U that nobody ever got, and there's other stuff that never made it to Nintendo because everybody's left Nintendo Wii so early in the game that Nintendo didn't get a chance to have any of these good games. So I'm not mad because, like you said, you want everything on the Switch. There's so many people who want a portable version now. They're talking right now, Call of Duty might come on the Switch. That's going to be a game changer if that happens. If Black Ops 4 comes on the Switch, that is just that's unheard of. If it's a real version of that game. So I'm not mad if we're seeing a lot of maybe older that we're seeing what was it, Payday 2 coming to the Switch. There's been a couple that sucked. WWE was terrible. Yeah. But for the most part, everybody seems to be trying and not treating it like a second hand, like a lower system, even though it's not as powerful as maybe as a PS4. But people are really loving. This is the most powerful portable we have, and it has dual sticks, even though they're in the weird spots. And we have L1, so we could play some first-person shooting. We could play some. We got all the modes here we can do. So I'm down with all that. So that's my take.
So I agree, but a lot of people are upset with Nintendo, and I bring this up because I feel like it's worth talking about. Because they're promoting a lot of games people have already played, but
not on the Switch.
Yes, but
I've never played half of these games. So
that's you. But a lot of people are
they
want new content. They come to the Directs for new content, and then when they come in and they see games that they've already
Well,
played.
you know what? I think our next couple, even though this next one right here is a remake, I think it's all right. You hate us, gotta hate, but no, don't worry, Nintendo. You're on the right track.
I agree with you, but like I just feel like it's worth mentioning that a lot of people.
Well, they're gonna complain that it's not on there.
A lot of people said that this Direct was not that good, aside from a few like
Please.
choice things.
Gamer, please, come on now.
Let's be honest. Let's be 100% real. Mario Tennis isn't the biggest selling point for a system ever. Like, for most people. I understand you are a big fan of it, but like for most people, it's not that high on their list.
I give you that, but still, it is a good game.
I know. I love Mario Tennis, but I mean, it's not like...
like you said, we'll move on. Let's move on to the next thing.
I mean...
What's on the next thing?
Next thing we got is... Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
What? Okay, so this is...
On the Switch.
So this is another... People probably already play this on the PS4. We got the PS4. What's wrong with this? I mean, this is awesome.
There's nothing wrong with this. I'm sorry. Say what you want. None of that stuff I just said applies to Crash because it's Crash freaking Bandicoot.
And this, I'm gonna say it right now, is my vote for to be the next character in the next game we're gonna be talking about. Just gonna say that.
Dang it, Dad.
In the next game, there's gonna be a game.
Anyways,
we'll talk about this guy right here. Just remember that.
Okay.
Put a pin in that.
Okay, so Crash Bandicoot.
Where's my CCR, guys? Where's my CCR? That's all I got to say.
Let's work on getting.
Where's my CTR?
I feel like PS4 is going to get CTR before we get CTR on Switch. But
where's my CTR? Oh, CTR in this?
That would
multiplayer. It would.
But
multiplayer Switch. Oh, online CCR. Oh.
So
okay,
obviously, let's just get this out of the way. This is unprecedented. This is huge. And Nintendo acknowledged this. They said they started the, I don't know what you call this, presentation by saying nothing is impossible until it happens. So this showed up, and it came like, to me, it came. I heard after hearing about this, I heard there were rumors about this, but when I saw it, it was. I didn't actually know there were rumors, but I don't keep up with them.
Crash has been on Nintendo before.
When?
The DS. There's DS games for Crash. There's portable ones. Yeah, so it's not like unheard of. But no, not the trilogy, and it wasn't the originals. It was like after Nintendo kind of gave up on Crash, and I think Activision.
You mean Sony?
Oh yeah, Sony gave up on Crash, which was stupid. Yeah, so they've been on the portables before, so this isn't totally unheard of. So that's why it's not really a shock to me, but I know I can understand why it is. They've been on Nintendo before. We actually have had it before. You bought it.
Crash Bandicoot. That's just a great game to have. I mean, I've heard the new one is like kind of janky, but it looks amazing. It's Crash Bandicoot. It's lovable. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun game. It's a little bit harder. I know that much is true, but it's a lot harder even. But it's freaking Crash Bandicoot. What else do you want from me? So, next up on our list is we have Hyrule Warriors. Now, Hyrule Warriors is a Warriors style game. I mean, that's just sort of a new genre that I'm pretty sure Nintendo created. It's basically just a game where you beat up a bunch of small people and have fun. So it's coming out for the Switch, and
there it is.
Yeah,
right.
I'm excited for it. I don't know what to say about it. It's just like it's.
There it is.
I don't know. Is it actually out right now? Is that? I didn't actually pay enough attention to that. I'm
May
sorry.
18th. May 18th is out.
Also, there's an ARMS tournament happening, so yeah.
Ooh. Nice.
I mean, like, I love ARMS, but like, there's not really much I can say about that.
That game's fun.
It is.
I think probably one of my favorite Nintendo of the newer games. I think ARMS is on the Switch right now. I think that's a good pick up and play.
Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more single player content.
Yeah, but it is a good pick up and play.
Yeah.
And then grand finale.
No, not quite. Then we have I have to talk about this because Nintendo talked about it so much. The Splatoon DLC. They are having their first ever paid DLC with the good old micro transactions, and they they have the they're setting it up where they have like a whole. But to be fair, it is a whole new single player story mode. It's got.
How much is it?
I have no idea, but it looks all right. It looks good. It looks like a good single player campaign. I haven't played enough Splatoon, which I know is like I'm a busy guy.
The only thing I didn't like about Splatoon, it wasn't 4-player co-op. I thought it was, and it's not. So it's just like
kind of sad.
It's like, why wasn't that put in there, Nintendo? That is
local
multiplayer is a thing, man. You guys are the king of local.
It kind of be hard with the concept of the game.
No, it wouldn't. You can do 4 little screens. It works with all. It worked at ARMS. I couldn't think ARMS could do it.
Yeah, but the goal the goal of Splatoon is to cover area, not kill people. So
yeah, I think it works. Anyway,
I don't know. It's up to debate, but they have a new Splatoon DLC coming out with a whole new story mode and a higher ranking. They have a new higher X ranking. They did a bunch of stuff with X's. So yeah, it looks. I mean, I might play it, but finally, the biggest announcement of the whole thing that like if you say this Direct is bad, at least you got this. A brand new Super Smash Brothers. Woo! Woo! I get tingles just saying it.
It's here. It's going to be a remake of the original N64, so I'm pretty happy about that.
No,
right?
No, that's very wrong. That's incredibly, very seriously wrong.
Is this a teaser?
Yep. They got the little Splatoon guy.
I think they should have put Squidward in here.
I mean, you know what? We got a squid. For
Squidward now.
You can play as the blue squid, and you can live your dreams. So,
this is an orange squid.
Yeah, this is what hasn't already been said. Honestly, this is amazing. This is I've been waiting for this for so long. This new. This had to happen. This just had.
Oh, yeah! This is the first time I've seen it. That was pretty sweet. Oh, look at all the little guys. See that?
Yeah. How have you not seen?
I've never seen this.
Oh,
this is the first time I'm reacting. Look at the little guys on the show. And they disappeared.
Yeah.
What? So I bet you people are like looking at that.
Oh yeah.
Super Smash Bros. And that's all they put?
Yep.
So sorry, that was the first time.
2018. It's coming out this year. I'm assuming December holiday season.
That was a good reveal. I have to admit that was pretty slick. I like that.
I mean, so it's.
That's my reaction.
I had a train of thought going. It looks amazing. I've been waiting. Like it had to happen. This game had to happen on the Switch because like it's built. It is built to play Super Smash Brothers. I'm sorry, say what you want, but that is like, this is built to play local multiplayer, and that is where Super Smash Brothers excels in spades. And I am so happy, so incredibly happy that Smash Bros is coming to the Switch. And also, there's some news that came out of it literally like the day after. Masahiro Sakurai, the guy who made like all of the Super Smash Brothers games, he he said he's working on this one, which it was up to debate whether he was, because the last one came out fairly like in recent past, and he is he works himself to death to make these. So I'm very happy he's back. Like, he's like the heart and soul of Super Smash Brothers, which is I feel like it's very important to have him. But if he wanted to step away, I wouldn't blame him. But I'm happy he's here. And also, it has been confirmed that this is not a port. That has been a big rumor going around, that this is going to be a port of Super Smash Bros. 4 for just taking the Wii U and the 3DS version and smashing them together. And that it makes my heart happy that it's not a port. I mean, I'm happy this is an actual a new Smash Brothers game. I never wanted a port to begin with. I mean, I know a lot of people said that'd be a good idea. I don't think I wouldn't be as excited if it wasn't a new game, because with a new game you get so much new stuff and content, and I'm fairly certain it's been confirmed by by actual Nintendo people that it's not a port. But I'm sorry, I read it somewhere, but it's kind of off my brain. But even besides that, there's a few things to point out that pretty much prove that it's not a port. First of all, Link right there, if you look closely, that is his Breath of the Wild outfit. That's his Breath of the Wild design instead of his design in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. So it's a brand new design for Link, so why would they do that if it wasn't a whole new game? And also, that is a newly designed logo right there. I mean, it's the same as all the other ones, but it's different. It looks very
Why is the logo for Super Smash Bros. A 4? Why is it a 4?
I don't know. They've never given an explanation to the logo. It's not a 4. It's a cross, kind of.
It looks like a 4 to me. I always think it's 4.
I'm not sure. But, I mean, it's iconic, so they're not going to change it anytime soon. Also, we have Kirby running. I'm happy about that. But I am
playing Kirby.
I'm psyched. It's Smash Brothers season. And when Smash Brothers seasons happen, it makes me happy. Because
Kirby can fly.
You didn't know that?
Kirby can fly, guys.
How did you not know that?
I never played Kirby.
Oh, okay. So Smash Brothers is...
This is a beautiful game. Kirby's in Smash, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Smash.
I am.
Super Smash Brothers is a huge, huge game series, and it needed to be on the Switch, and I'm just excited for everything that's about to come. This huge wave of character announcements, stage announcements, character returns, assist trophies, the works, the full Nintendo Smash Brothers experience, and it makes me happy.
I think he's happy about this.
I am very happy, and you're finally going to play it because it's on a system that you can be around, because for some reason you never touched the GameCube, you never touched the Wii.
I didn't play the Wii.
You didn't really, though. And you couldn't on the 3DS because it's a 3DS and we don't own
the 3DS one actually looks pretty decent. I mean, the 3DS port, that's what you're playing right now? That is awesome. That is actually... Even though I give that game crap, I don't really get it. I'm a purist when it comes to fighters, but a lot of people like it, and a lot of people are...
You just said it's a fighter.
A lot of people... are excited about this.
You haven't actually fully experienced
No,
that.
I haven't. But anyway.
You're going to.
So.
You're going to. And we will stream it. I promise.
Okay, we'll do that. Because I did Minecraft with Ethan or Finner. And we'll do that with you. So.
Once it comes out, and I will get it because.
You get a capture card. But anyway, that was our Nintendo long-winded Nintendo Switch, and that was my reaction of watching that reveal. And we got Kirby on our Switch, so we're going to bust that out and check out that demo. That actually is a beautiful game. Man, that looks pretty. That honestly, that looks graphic wise, man, that looks great. To be honest, look at that thing. That looks holy cow.
Oh, good game.
Anyway, I wish I could show it to you, but it doesn't look good on our camera. Anyway, that is our kind of reaction review recap of Nintendo Direct. This is Open Fridge. I am AI.
I am Mr. SeaWorld.
And we're going to go back to gaming. See you guys next time.